Before we begin, I want to share a brief content note. This podcast discusses coercive control, emotional abuse, and parental alienation. There are no graphic details, but these topics can be heavy. Please take care of yourself while listening, and feel free to pause or step away at any time. Hi, and welcome back to After the Quiet. This is episode 11. There's a story people love to tell about engagement. It's supposed to be romantic, a surprise, a moment you'll remember forever. But in controlling relationships, engagement doesn't always feel like a choice. Sometimes it feels like the next step, and you don't even realize you're walking into something permanent. We originally got engaged when I was only 20. 20. I can say that now and feel how young that is. But at the time, it didn't feel young. It felt like I was doing what I was supposed to do. Like I was being chosen. He didn't ask my parents ahead of time. So the conversation to tell them was awkward. Not joyful, not celebratory, just uncomfortable. And even in that moment, I remember doing what I always did. Managing the room. Managing reactions. Trying to keep everything smooth. That engagement ended when he broke up with me at the end of my second year university, which I mentioned in an earlier podcast. He broke up with me because he wanted to party with his buddies. And that sentence still stings to say out loud. Because I had built my whole life around being good enough. Loyal, committed, safe. When we got back together, and then after I graduated university, he never proposed again. There was no rebuilding trust, no conversation about what happened. We just continued. And I didn't question it, because I was still living in the mindset of, if I don't make things difficult, things will be okay. When we saw that a hall nearby had dates available for the following summer, we decided to start planning a wedding. We were both working, so what was holding us back? Never mind the fact that I would only be 23 years old on the day of my wedding. It didn't feel like a decision. It felt like momentum. His mother didn't want him to give me the original engagement ring back. She was convinced it was bad luck. And it's strange what gets labeled as bad luck. Not the breakup, not the instability, not the control. The ring. We didn't buy a new ring. It felt like too much extra money while planning a wedding. And maybe that sounds practical. But underneath it, there was something else. A lack of ceremony, a lack of repair, a relationship moving forward without truly being rebuilt. During this time, we were also preparing a basement apartment in his parents' house. And things were going well. We were busy, constantly moving, constantly planning. And when you're busy, you can mistake calm for change. You can mistake productivity for partnership. He wasn't thrilled with my choices of bridesmaids. He thought I should pick his cousins. I picked my own cousin and 3 friends. And for his groomsmen, he chose his cousins and a friend. But within a month of the wedding, that friend backed out. I never got the clear story of what happened. He was just gone, and he replaced him with another cousin. And maybe that sounds like nothing, but it wasn't nothing. It was the world tightening. It was the circle narrowing. It was the quiet message that the people around us should be people he approved of. When it came to planning, I made most of the wedding decisions on my own. He would come to appointments, but he didn't contribute much. And I didn't question it, because I had already learned how to carry things. I carried the mental load. I carried the details. I carried the emotional temperature. I made it work. We also had to take marriage classes at the church, and I took them very seriously. I wanted to do it right. I wanted a good marriage. I wanted to build something stable. He didn't think we needed to do these activities. We had been together for over 7 years. To him, it was unnecessary. To me, it felt important. We had to write letters to each other, and I remember his letters so clearly, because it wasn't a list of what he loved about me. It wasn't sweet. It wasn't tender. It was a list of things I did for him. And I remember one line that stayed with me. I love you because you stick by me when I'm a jerk. He also mentioned what he wanted in the bedroom. And I sat there thinking, is this what love is supposed to sound like? I remember leaving those marriage classes feeling lonely. The other girls were giddy. They were reading the sweet things their fiancés had written. They looked excited, secure. And I felt separate. Like I was standing in the same room, but living a different reality. And instead of naming what I felt, I explained it away. I told myself, people show love in different ways. Writing isn't his strong suit. He doesn't mean anything by it. I gave him every benefit of the doubt, because admitting the truth felt too scary. Because what would it mean if I was about to marry someone who didn't even like me? During the sessions, the leaders would ask couples to participate. And I don't even know if other people noticed his lack of participation. But one of our group leaders would often ask him to share. And he would usually just turn to me, like I was supposed to answer, like I was the spokesperson for our relationship. I remember thinking, I must have looked like I was controlling the entire relationship, like I was dominating the conversation, like I was the one with all the opinions. But the truth was the opposite. I wasn't controlling. I was compensating. The answers I was giving were what I wanted to see in our marriage. I was describing the relationship I hoped we would have. I was hoping I would get approval from others for what I was saying. Maybe if someone else confirmed it was normal, maybe he would finally see it. Maybe he would understand that what I wanted wasn't too much, that it was healthy, that it was reasonable, that it was love. Looking back now, I can see what I didn't see then. I wasn't being loved in the way I needed. I was being managed. And I was learning how to manage myself in return. I was trying to create a safe relationship by working harder, by speaking better, by choosing the right words, by hoping if I did it perfectly, it would become real. If you're listening and you recognize this, the loneliness inside commitment, the way you carried the emotional weight for two people, the way you explained away the ache because you didn't want to face it, please hear this. You weren't asking for too much. You were asking for the basics. Commitment isn't the same as safety, and marriage does not heal what accountability never addressed. In the next episode, I'll talk about what it was like to step into marriage so young, and how the pattern didn't disappear. It just became harder to name. Thank you for listening. Thank you for holding space for the story. If this episode stirred something, go gently. This is After the Quiet. I'd also like to welcome you to join our Instagram community. You can find us on Instagram at after.the.quiet. I look forward to you all joining, where we can continue the conversation there. If you need support, please reach out to someone you trust or a local support service. You are not weak for needing help. You are human. And if no one else has told you this today, your voice matters.